Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Thursday. After market, I bring goodness update. Why M0ûî Kanu must be released by the Nigerian Supreme Court. That's according to Jarvis Johnson. Yes, Jarvis Johnson is a member of the Texas House of Representatives, calling on the Nigerian Supreme Court to order the unconditional release of the leader of the IPOB, M0ûî Kanu. Yes, he said, look, that the federal government of Nigeria and the Supreme Court should release the leader of the IPOB because it is an undisputed fact that M0ûî Kanu was extraordinarily renditioned by the government of Nigeria from Kenya on June 27, 2021. Because then and now, M0ûî Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a non-violent group, he said, advocating for an internationally supervised referendum to resolve the Biafran issue within the Nigerian polity. He said because recently, on October 30th, 2023, the High Court of Enugu State held that the classification of IPOB as a terrorist group by the government of Nigeria and the Southeast Governors Forum contravenes Section 42 of the Nigerian Constitution. He said because this follows that the present and any future treatment of IPOB, its leadership and members as a terrorist group is illegal and per se discriminatory. Therefore, there is no valid basis for the continued detention or solitary confinement of M0ûî Kanu. Now, he said because many other Nigerian courts which had previously opined on the matter, including the High Court in Umuahia, Abia State, the Court of Appeals in Abuja, had also reached similar conclusions and have ordered for the immediate and unconditional release of M0ûî Kanu. He said there is no pending legal matter against M0ûî Kanu. Jarvis Johnson continues to say, because on July 20, 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council issued an opinion which found that M0ûî Kanu's solitary confinement was in violation of international human rights conventions to which Nigeria is a signatory and called for his immediate and unconditional release. He said because that M0ûî Kanu was extraordinarily renditioned is not in dispute and that extraordinary rendition is illegal under Nigerian and international law is also not in dispute. He said he is calling on the Nigerian Supreme Court to uphold or affirm the considered judgment of its subordinate courts and of the many international tribunals by ordering the immediate and unconditional release of M0ûî Kanu. He said, this anticipated ruling will hasten the process of restoring confidence in the Nigerian judiciary, of which the Supreme Court is our best court. Yes. Talking about Jarvis Johnson, this is not the first time he's making a case for the Biafrans or M0ûî Kanu. Yes, we appreciate him. This is the, how the world leaders are supposed to be, doing things in situations like this. It's not all about saying about freedom. You have to practicalize it. In situations like this, times like this, call for leaders to speak up, to tell the people, what's supposed to be done. Like this case of M0ûî Kanu, it has been established that he committed no offense, no crime. It's the federal government that is witch hunting and oppressing the people of the South is the Biafrans. And you know that the Supreme Court, they are operating under the Nigerian Constitution. And so, the Jarvis Johnson is saying, you must uphold the Nigerian system, the Nigerian laws. Of course, the court in Enugu State have said, look, that the activities of the IPOB are not terrorist activities. Yes, meaning that those things that M0ûî Kanu has been doing, and the federal government have said, look, these things are terrorist activities because they charge him with terrorism. Now, the court in Nigeria said it is not true, that those charges are not related to terrorism. They are, activities of self-determination group. And self-determination is no crime, even in Nigeria. Okay, so why are you still keeping him? So it is expected, anticipated, yes, that look, by 15 December, the Supreme Court should do the needful by releasing Mazam Kanu, from detention, allow him to go. Yes, that's what Jeffrey Johnson is saying. All right. So there are many, judgments in favor of Mazam Kanu, and Jeffrey Johnson put it this way: called it plethora of judgments and tribunals, both internationally and local. Yes. So those judgments, they're all in favor of Mazam Kanu. Yes. And he's saying that the government or the Supreme Court should draw the line of the subordinate courts. Yes, they should draw the line of each subordinate court, that's the highest court in Nigeria. Yes. So what are we not saying? We are saying that the Supreme Court should listen and do the needful. Yes, they should obey the rules. That is the point. The judgment of these appellate courts, they are speaking volume of this case. That look, the leader of the IPOB committed no offense, committed no crime. So let the Supreme Court amplify it by discharging and acquitting Mazam Kanu. They should quash all this by affirming. They're not making anything new. They're only affirming the judgment of the lower courts. Yes, as we have given instances, Jeffrey Johnson has rightly pointed out to Abia State High Court, Enugu State High Court, and the Appeal Court, and Federal High Court in Abuja. So these things are clearly there. No, they are not in dispute. They are not arguable. So what we're saying is this: the federal government of Nigeria and the Supreme Court should not delay the release of Mazam Kanu beyond 15 December. Yes, the international community is aware. They are aware of what is happening. Just that many of them refuse to say anything. They don't want to speak out to condemn the activities of the federal government of Nigeria. But we appreciate Jeffrey Johnson. He's a true leader indeed. Yes, representing Texas, District 139. Okay? So in the Texas House of Representatives. So he's a powerful person, a vocal and a worthy leader. That is the point we are making this morning. That the international community is aware of what is happening. So they may not speak out, but they know what is happening. They're observing. So Supreme Court, you have to do the needful. Respect the Nigerian laws and the Constitution. That's the point. You must respect it, otherwise Nigeria has been seen in the community of nations as a nation that doesn't obey rules and regulations, even their own rules and their constitution. So it is left for the Supreme Court to amplify it and say, yes, it is true that Nigeria is a lawless place, or they are trying to be, to correct themselves. Yes, they can correct themselves this time around. But if they like, they should expose themselves more to the international community and let them be like,